In the month of May here, NDP leader Jagmeet Singh seems to be on a mission to prove that he's not just some dumb politician. In fact, he's a dumb and extremely corrupt politician, and I think he has proven that with flying colors. Because Jagmeet Singh is not just incompetent, he's not just bad at politics, he's not just a socialistic whiner, he's also trying to help his brother fight the competition in the grocery industry. Because his brother, Guratan Singh, is a lobbyist for Metro grocery stores and Skip the Dishes. And who does Jagmeet Singh constantly go after in the House of Commons and in NDP party communications? Loblaws. Because supposedly Loblaws is the greatest offender. They make too much money, and because Jagmeet Singh's a socialist, he thinks that's bad. And in fact, when you actually look at the numbers, I think that you should all follow this account on X, the food professor. He does a really good job with the statistical information. But on paper, Metro makes more money than Loblaws. They have a 4.02% net profit margin, with Loblaws only having a 3.4%. I don't think it's wrong for either of them to have those profit margins. I think they can make as much money as they want. These large grocery stores only make any money because they offer like products at lower prices than smaller, more local grocery stores. So I have no issue with this. But Jagmeet Singh has an issue with it, and he keeps training his fire on Loblaws, which means that he is helping his brother basically make Metro more money. He was even helping push the Loblaws boycott that was telling everyone to go shop at any other grocery stores but a Loblaws affiliated grocery store. So this is what Conservative MP Michael Barrett said in an X post today. I think this is very good for the Conservative Party to be doing. He said, lobbying commissioner must open an investigation into NDP leaders' families' connections to the grocery giants lobbying. Singh's brother and NDP spokesman work for a big shot firm that lobbies for Metro. Singh and the NDP are higher grocery price hypocrites. Absolutely. Then the thing is that this is the type of thing we need policies against. If you have just left provincial politics as an NDP MPP, as Guratan Singh had, as well as Jagmeet Singh had done, they used to serve in the legislature together at one point, that if you just left the legislature in Ontario, you shouldn't be able to then jump over and start lobbying for organizations trying to get better legislation from the government, especially when federally your brother is the leader of the NDP and he is going after the grocery store companies. Basically, you can pay Guratan Singh to go sit as a lobbyist for your company and just hang around Ottawa, hang around Toronto, and make sure that Jagmeet Singh never attacks your business, even though, again, on paper, you are the ideal company for Jagmeet Singh to be demonizing from his socialist perspective. So this is what Jagmeet Singh said this month, posted to his own social media account, advocating for people to not go to Loblaws.
Thousands of Canadians are boycotting Loblaws this month. They're taking action because the Prime Minister refuses to take on the corporate greed, which is driving up prices for Canadians. The Prime Minister has set up a grocery task force, which has done no tasks and has no force. Today, Loblaws reported their profits are up by nearly 10%. Liberal announcements aren't going to cut it. Why is this Prime Minister letting big grocery rip off Canadians?
And that's just entirely untrue. 10% isn't that much when you consider their net profit margins are 3.4%. So 10% would be somewhere around 0.35%, not very much. And even that was only temporary, because when Loblaws sells off, let's say, a gas station chain, or they sell off some other infrastructure, or they sell a property of one of their stores, they make a lot of money in that quarter because that one sale is a lot, like it's just a big dollar value. But in the long run, they've actually been making less and less money, because every time Sobeys or Safeway or another grocery store chain sells a big piece of infrastructure that used to generate them income, because maybe they have losses elsewhere they need to cover for, that means that they get a big cash infusion right now, but that store stops making money entirely. So no, they're actually not becoming more profitable. If anything, they are less profitable and having to do things in order to make up for it. But Jagmeet Singh, again, there is effectively telling you to go and shop at Metro. Yes, you could say, I'm going to go shop at Safeway, or I'm going to go shop at No Frills. You can do that. But the problem is he's going after the biggest competition in the industry, which is going to benefit Metro. If he is going to be consistent, he should be going after Metro first, then Loblaws second, or at least package them together. He could argue that Loblaws has a bigger market share, but Metro's still up there, and Metro, again, is the type of place that Jagmeet Singh should not like. Jagmeet Singh is just so bad at politics. I've said this before. Jagmeet Singh has no ability to actually engage with middle class people and make them like him because it's the Rolex on the wrist kind of effect. The man is so insecure about not being seen as an elite, he just covers himself in jewelry, expensive fabrics, rides around on a hipster bike to prove that he's poppy and hipsterish. He's so detached from how the average person thinks about politics that he was using this whole grocery store thing as a way of trying to connect with middle class voters. And he failed at that as well because it just opened a massive exposure for him to look like he's no different than Justin Trudeau. The only difference between Justin Trudeau and Jagmeet Singh on corruption is that Jagmeet Singh has less opportunity to be corrupt. He's not the prime minister. He can't cover things up as easily, but he's totally willing to engage in the same type of chicanery in order to both get his family money as well as try and basically stoke a class war in order to get himself votes. And this is prompting me to play the clip that I've played many times before, and I'll play it in the future. Jagmeet Singh, I tapped the sign telling him not to do this, but he did it. And now I have to play the Margaret Thatcher clip that I think really defines socialistic politicians like Jagmeet Singh and their distaste of profit and wealth.
What the honourable member is saying is that he would rather the poor were poorer, provided the rich were less rich. That way you will never create the wealth for better social services as we have. And what a policy! Yes, he would rather have the poor poorer, provided the rich were less rich. That is the Liberal policy. Yes, it came out, he didn't intend it to.
So I really like that clip, and I think it really defines Jagmeet Singh well. Every time he gets up, he's mad at people for making income. He's not mad at himself for having made a lot of income that he's already saved. Because the funny thing is that Jagmeet Singh doesn't have to pay the high taxes that he's advocating for. Yeah, he gets a pretty high salary with his MP salary and his leader's salary, but he already made all of his money as a lawyer, and he already made his money in the Ontario legislature. And now, whenever he advocates for for higher tax on the rich, he's advocating it for people who haven't made their money yet. So Jagmeet Singh is really a man who has climbed the ladder, which he's entitled to. You should make as much money as you're able to earn, legally speaking, obviously. But the thing is that's so hypocritical is he climbs that ladder and then pulls it up so that nobody else can climb up and demonizes people for actually wanting to become wealthy and be able to provide for their family and then some. He's the man who flashes around a Rolex watch because he wants you to know that he's rich. At the same time, he's going to go into the House of Commons and attack rich people. He's just insufferable, I think, is the way of ending this. Anyways, guys, I have the Give Send Go link to the National Telegraph legal fund in the description of this video. I am being sued by a Chinese billionaire developer for defamation. The case has been going on for now a bit over a year and a half, and he still hasn't provided any evidence to how he defamed him, and he's just wasting time, but he has still made us pay more than $29,000 in lawyer fees, protecting ourselves and making sure we win this case. We are very confident we can win, but any contributions you make there really helps us out. And then I also have the TNT Telegram channel also linked in the description below if you want to go join that and see all of our posts in chronological order and not have to rely on a big tech social media algorithm in order to push our content into your feed so that you can watch it. And then also, I'm always going to keep mentioning this, even though I can't get you to buy memberships anymore. I, Wyatt Claypool, am running for the Calgary Signal Hill Conservative Party nomination. So if you live in the riding of Calgary Signal Hill, make sure you vote for me number 1 on your ballot whenever the nomination date gets set for. I'm running against a pile of red Tories who they basically represent no change from Justin Trudeau. What they would want to do is get into government and tease around the corners of all the bad things Justin Trudeau has done. You know, they don't oppose mass immigration. They don't stand for parental rights. They don't want to cut wasteful spending. They merely want to take the Liberals' spending and make it a little bit more efficient. Build houses a little bit more efficiently. You know, lower taxes a little bit. But that's not the change that we need. We actually need substantial, hard changes, big reforms, not just teasing around the edges. Anyways, that should be it for me today, guys. Have a good one.